The rapid response by police likely prevented an even greater tragedy at Florida State University last week. And while students tell me they are grateful for that quick response, the mass shooting has brought renewed focus to the issue of keeping classrooms safe. Tonight, thousands are calling for one simple change: interior locks on every classroom door. We're on your side investigating what happened and what's next. 11:58 a.m. April 17th, Florida State University police get the first report of an active shooter near the student union. Within 2 minutes, the FSU police chief says the shooter was neutralized. But at that time, police did not know if there were any other suspects. At 12:02, a text alert was sent out to students.
The first thing I did was I texted my parents and I just said, "I love you. There's a shooter."
Megan Bannister and Sarah Walker were in the HCB building just steps from the student union when a warning came over the intercom and flashed on their classroom projector, urging students to lock doors and stay away from windows.
That moment I'll never forget, like people's faces when they realized there was no lock on the door.
My teacher at the front of the room grabbed onto the door handle and said, "I will hold this door as long as I need to." And another student voluntarily did that for the second door in our classroom.
Their classroom, the first at the top of the stairs.
We just could not believe there was no ability for us to lock the door and that our classmates and our professor had to put themselves in that position to be the ones to, literally sacrifice themselves if the threat had entered the classroom.
Students worked to barricade the doors, huddled together, and prayed.
I took a backpack and put it over my and the girl next to me's head.
In a nearby building, Abdullah Ismail and his classmates faced the same chilling reality.
That's like the first time I think I've felt like a genuine fear for my life ever.
He says they waited for about 40 minutes for help to arrive.
At the College of Business, the chairs are bolted to the floor. It's like, desks, and you can't move the chairs. So we had nothing even to prop up against the door. It was just our professor kind of holding it closed.
He is one of more than 30,000 people who has signed this change.org petition Megan and Sarah felt compelled to start, calling for a simple fix.
We would like to be able to manually lock classroom doors from the inside of our classrooms.
FSU says it's continually reviewing and assessing its security protocols, including evaluating door locks to ensure the safety of everyone on campus. A university spokesperson says doors in the HCB building are part of a centrally managed electronic locking system, and during lockdowns, they lock immediately. Quote, "If you're inside the room, you can still leave. You're not locked in, but potential threats are locked out." As they could open the door from the inside, the students may have been under the impression that the doors were unlocked.
There needs to be a way for people and students in a classroom to know that their door is locked shut, dead bolted, when there is a threat like this on campus.
There's too many variables, like in a moment like that, like an active shooter, that can go wrong with just electronic locks.
Fentress Driscoll, the Florida House Minority Leader, has been listening to students' concerns.
And I was so shocked to learn that on several of the classroom doors, the doors open towards the outside rather than the inside, which would, help to protect in case you had to block the door, and that a number of the doors didn't have locks. So that necessarily takes me to the place of, okay, then what can we do to help with school hardening? And so those are the conversations that we're pushing for now.
She's hopeful funding can be secured in the state budget this legislative session.
I think interior locks would be a good first step.
As this petition gains traction, FSU students are hopeful it sparks change.
If this petition can kind of bring awareness, not just on Florida State's campus, but on campuses nationwide, to double check something as simple as a lock. It's a very simple safety protocol that unfortunately in this day and age should be everywhere.
Now, we reached out to colleges here on the First Coast. UNF says all of its classroom doors lock from the inside. Some are manual locks, others electronic. And building exterior doors are equipped with automatic locks that can be remotely locked in an emergency. Flagler College tells us specific safety features and protocols remain private, but all buildings on that campus are locked and access is available only with a keycard ID. In the event of an emergency, Flagler works in close coordination with the St. Augustine Police Department. And you can read what other Florida colleges have in place right now in this story on firstcoastnews.com.